Saving for retirement is the biggest trap I ever fell into. It cost me everything. I want to tell you about a man named Thomas. He was 35 years old. He had a woman he loved, a ring in his drawer, a whole life waiting to begin. He used to say, one more year, and we start living. Thomas never got his year. He died on a Tuesday morning, a car accident, just like that. Gone, before he spent a single day of the life he had been saving for. I am 97 years old, and I have thought about Thomas every single day for 60 years. Thomas never got his someday, neither did I. He had an excuse. I did not. Stay with me. Thomas and I worked together for 8 years, disciplined, serious, every paycheck with a purpose, never wasted a single dollar. He had a woman named Maria. They had been together since they were 23. She used to bring him lunch on Fridays, and I would watch them in the corridor, always laughing, and I'd think, that man has everything. He just did not know it yet. Always one milestone away from being ready, one more promotion, one more payment, one more year. I remember the last conversation I had with Thomas like it was last week. He pulled me aside on a Friday. He was grinning. He said, "I am proposing this weekend. We finally have enough." I said, "It is about time, Thomas." He laughed. He looked like the happiest man alive. He never made it to the weekend. Car accident. The call came before any of us had finished our coffee. The week after, we went to clear his desk. In the top drawer, a ring box, blue, small, still wrapped in the shop's paper. He had been carrying it for 3 months, waiting until the time was right. I held that ring box for a long time, and I thought, Thomas, the time was always right. You just never knew it. I stood at his funeral and told myself, I will not be like him. I will not wait. And then I went back to my desk on Monday morning, and I waited. Because when you were 37 years old, with a mortgage and children and a number in your head, the waiting does not feel like waiting. It feels like responsibility. That is why the trap works, not because we are foolish, because we are trying to do the right thing. Here is the thing about Thomas. He is every one of us. We all have a someday list, the trip we keep meaning to take, the restaurant we have been walking past for 3 years, the weekend we keep pushing to next month, and we all have a number in our heads, the number that means we are finally allowed to start. Here is what nobody tells you about that number. It is designed to keep moving. You save to reach it. You reach it, and instead of feeling free, you raise it. The fear that drove you to save does not disappear when the account fills up. It finds a new number. And while the number moves, your body does not wait. At 40, you can climb the steps of every place you ever dreamed of seeing. At 70, your knees have opinions. At 97, your doctor has opinions. The money compounds. Your capacity to enjoy it does not. And the one thing the financial industry never puts in a prospectus, the future is not guaranteed. Thomas thought he had a weekend. He had a Tuesday morning. Most of us have something in between. The question is, what are you doing with it? I told you saving for the future cost me everything. Here is what I mean. When I was 42, I was offered a job in another city. Less money, but a slower life, a city by the sea. My wife wanted to go. Something lit up in her when she talked about it, something I did not see often enough. I said no. We are too close. The number. Always the number. We never moved to that city by the sea, and she stopped lighting up. Not all at once, slowly, the way a light dims when nobody replaces the bulb. When I was 55, I had a Saturday with nothing scheduled. I spent it organizing my filing cabinet. My son watched me from the doorway. He was 14. He said, "Dad, what are you doing?" I said, "Being productive." He nodded and walked away. I have thought about that Saturday for 40 years. Not because it was dramatic, because it wasn't. Just a normal Saturday, I chose a filing cabinet over my own life, and there were hundreds like it. When I retired at 67, I sat at the kitchen table on the first Monday with nowhere to be, and I felt nothing. Not relief, not joy, just silence, and the slow dawning understanding that the life I had been saving for was supposed to have started a long time ago, and I had missed most of it. Last year, I made a list. Not a savings plan, a list of things I still want to do before I die. Eat a slow meal in Italy with no reason to leave the table. See the ocean at sunrise, just once more. Sit in a cafe and think about nothing important. Simple things. Things I could have done at 40, at 50, at 60. Things I kept pushing to someday. And now, I am 97. My knees have opinions about Italy. My doctor looks at my list, the way you look at someone you love who is asking for something you cannot give them. And now, when I can barely run, I finally understand what it was. It was not the number. It was never the number. It was just Tuesday. An ordinary Tuesday with nowhere urgent to be. I had thousands of them. I traded almost every one for someday. The financial industry sells one thing above everything else: fear. Fear that you do not have enough. Fear that enjoying today means failing tomorrow. And they are not entirely wrong. You do need to save. Security is real. But they never tell you the other side. You are allowed to live now, not someday, now. Thomas saved. I saved. Both of us forgot to live. One of us ran out of time at 35. One of us ran out of time at 97. Do not be either of us. Here is what I would tell the man I was at 35. Save your floor. Set a number that makes you feel safe. Above that, spend on living, on mornings, on meals, on the slow train with nowhere urgent to arrive. The right time is today, this Tuesday. This ordinary Tuesday that feels like nothing is your life. Make the list now, not at 97. Write down what you keep pushing to someday, and start before your doctor starts looking at you that way. If something in these words found you, if you recognized your someday list, your number that keeps moving, your Tuesday traded for a filing cabinet, then stay close to this channel. Not because I care about numbers. I am 97. Numbers mean nothing to me now. Maybe you needed to hear it today. I am 97 years old. I saved everything. Thomas saved everything. Neither of us spent enough of it on being alive. Save, yes, but live already. Don't fall for it.